All right. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Good morning to everyone. So, we are live, and this is day 3 of learning Python with Vibe coding in 2026. Hey, everyone. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. How many of you are here? Please say hi. Yes, you're here. Hello. Yes. Hello, guys. Hello. Great. Nice to meet you, and thanks for joining this series where we are learning Python in a new way, high level Python. Yes, everyone knows. How many of you are following this series from past 2 lectures? How many of you are following that from past 2 lectures? Hello. Hey guys, Krishna is also there in our live chat. So please say hello to Krishna as well. You guys will probably see Krishna next week, and I'm not saying anything in advance, but Krishna is traveling, so you guys will see him soon. All right. I just came here. Yes. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. Today is my first day. Guys, you will enjoy today's days. Okay. I'm new here. I just came. That's great. I can see a lot of people are new here, but don't worry at all. Here we are learning very different way to connect with Python, to connect with coding. All right. Yes, people are saying hello, Krishna. Yes, hello, guys. Krishna is also able to see your messages. First day for me too. This is my first lecture of vibe coding. That's great. That's great, everyone. All right. So, is everyone ready? Can I start today's lecture? I don't want to extend this class unnecessary, but we're going to learn a lot of amazing things in today's lecture. Yes, great. So let me do one thing. Let me pull up my screen here, and then we'll start. Great. Just wait, guys. I've enrolled for Data Science 2.0 and was going through your Python live class video. That's great, Soman Ghosh. Probably you will learn a lot from those lectures. Can we purchase this as a course? Guys, this live session is already free, but you can purchase the data science course, which I will talk about after some time. All right. In today's lecture only, I will talk about it. So don't worry. We'll talk about more. Okay. Thanks for bringing it in. Some people are saying thanks for bringing this series in. You guys can see those chats as well. Okay. All right. So let's get started, and let me know once you're able to see my screen. Just wanted your confirmation. How many of you are able to see the screen? Yes. Hopefully, yes. Great. I'm primarily interested in vibe coding. Do you have a course for this specifically? Guys, we'll talk about a lot more about vibe coding. This whole series is kind of targeting it, but we cannot always target just the vibe coding. It is totally different. All right. So see, in this class, this is the day 3 of this particular series. What I'm going to do in this lecture, particularly today, that is day 3, I'm going to recap what we have done in day 1 and day 2. And here we are going to talk about how to actually use LLMs using Python without even knowing Python, because that is the thing which I told you in day 2, that we should not rely on a coding language, but the coding fundamental itself. Here, we are not learning Python from the very scratch. You guys can check research Python playlist to understand everything in more depth. But this one is more specifically about this is a piece of code which you can ask ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Claude, whatever to your liking. And then how to interpret is what we are focusing on. But also in this particular class, we are going to have a very small mini project. We are not going to do anything fancy, but you guys will see the power of LLMs. Okay, just give me a second. My pen dropped. All right, I have it. And also because to talk to an LLM, we require a specific kind of a language. Like, they don't require a specific language, but if you follow a certain kind of a way to communicate with LLM, you will get the a best possible answer from that LLM. So I also want to introduce you that as well. All right. Okay. All right. Yes. Guys, this session 1 and 2, you can check with the same name on the YouTube. You can see learn Python with vibe coding in Krish's channel to find day 1 and day 2. Don't worry. We are covering everything from the very different perspective. Okay. So let's talk about the recap. Then we will jump to the next part. So everything is present in this particular note. So it is also easy for us to understand what we have done in day 1 and day 2, because the day 3 there are a lot of people who are joining. So in day 1 specifically, we have understood that what exactly this whole ecosystem of AI now in 2026. I know this is 2025, but now we are targeting 2026. This is already the end of 2025, right? So if I talk about the whole ecosystem, we have more than 1,000 topics to cover to be able to get to the latest tech that we have today. The latest tech that we have today is agentic AI, right? But to even understand agentic AI in very, very, very depth, we need to cover more than 1,000 topics to understand everything. But for someone who is just getting started into this field, it is very understandable that someone will get overwhelmed from all of this topic. And if we follow the traditional way to learn something, it might take 1 year, 2 years, 1 year of learning, 1 year of practice, and we don't have that much of time, because within 2 years the new technologies are going to come. Then we have to again learn from where we have ended the previous learning, right? So we need a better way. So what we told about that, we should not specifically target the programming, but we should target what the business logic we are solving, because in 2025 LLMs are able to do your coding. So we require someone, because in future LLMs are only going to get stronger. So what we require is a mindset of a developer, a mindset of an architect who can use LLM to their advantages to solve the problem. So the target is not going to be the code. The target is going to be the solution by any means. And here the means is going to be vibe coding using LLMs, vibe coding using AI. So we are moving from coding methodology to solving the business logic. And this is how someone who wants to excel in the future needs to target. That is business logic, not the coding part. All right. So in 2026, you can, what we have seen that there are multiple ways to install Python. And in the day 1, we have seen that out of those ways, we have chosen the faster and the latest method, that is via UV. We have installed Python in our system, and we have also understood the advantages of UV. Then we have also seen that something called as project environment, how to create those project environment, why exactly we need project environment, and how do we even create those. Then we talked about VENV, which is used to create environment and help us manage this different environment. This is something which we have covered. And don't worry, if you're someone who's starting today, just watch this lecture, be present in this class. You will be able to understand at least the flow of what we can achieve with vibe coding, what we can achieve with using LLMs. All right. You don't need to watch the day 1 and day 2 today. You can watch it later, but for now, it is not a requirement. Just look at the screen, what I'm doing. If you're not able to understand something, forget about it. Just look at the next one. All right. That's the whole vibe. So using UV, we created Python, and using UV, we created the virtual environment. Then we create multiple projects. These are some commands which we have used before. Then we talked about the difference between editor as well as ID, as well as agentic IDs that are present today. A few months back, this agentic IDs are coming into the picture, which has both editor plus coding. And whoever is not able to understand all of these terminologies, don't worry about it. That is the main goal of this whole series. You can watch it later as well. All right. This is what we have done. And those kind of IDs, one of those example is Google anti-gravity. All right. So guys, Krishna will come next week. Krishna is traveling and will be back soon. All right. So in the day 2, what we have done, in the day 2, we have installed the VS Code and did some installation on the extension, so it will help us do the coding. We understood what is a terminal. We understood what is a notebook versus the script. We have seen Google Colab. If our system is not capable, we can use that. We have seen little bit of Python. and we have seen how to call an LLM, which I'm going to introduce today as well in more clarity. But in terms of Python, because this is a series which we are not going to cover the whole Python in detail. So want to go and learn the actual coding, you guys can learn from Krish's YouTube playlist, or you guys can join our courses, which I will talk about. But Python, from my point of view, because this series is going to be short, I wanted to give you clarity in terms of what are the different logical separation in coding. Then I talked about what are those. I talked about how what we do with the terminal. I talked about in 2026 what we do and Python statement. How do we approach to the solution? We create different tasks of it. Then we understood from the real world analogy, that is house building. We understood that how can we compare variables to a real world understanding, what actually variables are, what actually functions are. Functions are nothing but some kind of action, what actually loop does, right? And what uh, decision making, how can we make a decision making using programming. So we have seen that as well. Again, on a high level overview, we have seen that whether we can combine multiple blocks to create a larger block, and yes, that was possible. That we call it as a bigger function, or just a traditional function which has more tasks involved in it. We have seen build wall, build room example. We have also seen the entire building and understood that two concepts of blueprint versus creating the actual object from it. So now we understand that as well. Once that is done, we have also seen, we have done a very simple exercise where based on the problem statement, we try to think programmatically that how and what exactly we require to complete that without even knowing any of those Python. All right. So we have done that as well. Very simple experiment. And then what we did, and this is day 3 where we are going to start the new part. All right. So is everyone at least have an understanding, high level overview of what we have done previously and what we are going to do now? All right. Okay. So first, let me target where exactly we sit now and what to expect from all of this. All right. So today, this is where we are. Let me first create this whole line. On a high level overview, to work with any LLMs or to even start coding, we require a language. So that language we are using it as Python. Python is the language we are using. And using Python, our main goal at the end is nothing but how can we learn AI, right? So this particular series on a high level overview is targeting only these two sections. Okay. It is targeting only these two sections. And once you guys are more familiar with the high level stuff that will help you understand the overall ecosystem, then you guys can go into the level 2. So this one I will call it as L1. That means level 1. So now that if you want to learn more about this one, things does not end here. This is where it is just starting. So now let me write L2. What exactly this L2 is? In L2, we are again going to start with Python. We are again, our final goal is AI, but now the details are going to be increased. Once the Python is done, we also need to learn machine learning. And to learn machine learning, we need to learn statistics, right? And then we can jump to the first level of the L2 level of learning AI. So let me write that as well. I'm just giving you a roadmap, everyone, because this is not a series where we are going to learn the coding, but where we understand what exactly we need to target in 2026 by learning the high level things. All right. So is everyone clear with the level 2? Python, statistics, machine learning, you can achieve the base level of AI. This is a AI which you cannot solve using LLM and generative AI. Is this part clear to everyone? Level 1 is what we are learning. Level 2 is what should be your next target. Then if you guys are able to understand, then I will talk about level 3. Is everyone able to understand this? Guys, I'm looking at the comments now. Say yes, say no. Just giving you a roadmap. Yes. All right. So now I will talk about the next depth where we are again going to have, this is level 3. Again, we will start with Python. Our end goal is still AI, but in between we have machine learning, we also need to learn deep learning, and within deep learning we have multiple parts. Okay, within deep learning we have computer vision plus NLP. This is the specialization of deep learning. Then in between what we have is, this is what we need to learn. Okay, let me write as generative AI. Someone's hacked Krish's? No guys, no one hacked Krish's account. All right, if someone will hack Krish's account, then why will they teach AI again in Krish's account, right? Yeah. All right, so now that we have cleared the level 2, now it's time to go to the deep learning part of it. And you can choose any of the specialization, whether you want computer vision or you want language processing, but you need to learn the generative AI. All right. And once generative AI part of it is done, now comes the very, very, very final level, which everyone should target in 2026. All right. I'm giving you multiple levels. L4, again, we will start with Python, and everyone can guess now what we are trying to do. Here, I forgot the stats. So Python, we will target stats. We need to learn machine learning. We need to learn deep learning, computer vision plus NLP. Then we need to learn generative AI. Then what we need to learn? We need to learn RAG. We need to learn RAG. We need to learn agentic AI, then only we can say that we understand end-to-end of 2026 AI. So now you can see the complexity keeps on increasing, but if you learn with this multiple level approach, then only you will be able to succeed. Otherwise, you will get overwhelmed. So currently, we are at level 1. We are seeing the high level of it. So at least once this series is done, we know that, okay, maybe I'm interested in one of these technologies. I will start learning that. I will go to the level 2, then go to the level 3, go to the level 4. All right. So this is what we will be targeting. So we are no way near to the end of any of this AI final thing. But if you guys want to learn that, all right, let me just give you, I want to show you something. Most of you already know that. And whoever is attending this 2 days. All right. 30 more seconds I need. All right, got it. Yeah. I'm on a one confusing question. The batch 2, is it very specific for data science? All right. See, I'm going to talk about it. Okay. So guys, say this. This is Krish Naik.in. This is our favorite mentor, Krish sir. And here, if you go to krishnaic.in, if you go to the live classes, one specific batch which is going to target, this is batch number 2.0. Version 1.0 batch is already ongoing. But this version 2.0 batch is very, very, very special because it does not just target level 2 and level 3, but it also targets till level 4. So within a single whole course, you're going to have all of this levels, all 4 levels included into a single thing. So you don't have to reach to anywhere else. So if you check this particular thing, yes. So you can see this is Ultimate Data Science and Gen AI Bootcamp. If you want to learn more about it, you can click on just learn more, and then you guys will be able to see the syllabus as well. If you guys want to raise a query, just send your name, email address, and send a message. Team will connect with you. And if you want to learn everything of the data science and AI, you can just click on enroll and you guys can proceed. But you guys can also check the syllabus here, which is what I am interested to show here. So if I click on the syllabus, thank you for clarity. I believe I am in the right place. Yes, guys, everyone is in right place. Trust me. So this is the whole syllabus. You can see this is version 2.0. This looks very fancy. And here you can see Python stats, machine learning, deep learning, Gen AI, RAG, agentic AI. These are all the things which I mentioned here. I hope everyone can see the same thing. But don't think that we are only going to teach things in very high level. If you see here, this is just the start, and it is meant for people who is from non-tech or tech and no prior experience is required. This is going to be 10 to 12 months course, because within 2026 we you guys are supposed to learn everything, so you guys can ready for if, before 12 months you guys will be ready to apply for multiple job descriptions all as well. This is a required skill is beginner, as I mentioned. No prior experience is required. And if you this is Krish Naik Academy team, this is the team which will teach you everything. We do have lot of different offerings available. If you guys will check it, we offer everything from the specialization all the way from the ultimate data science Gen AI bootcamp as well. You guys can check everything. All right. So this is module 1. Here we are learning Python foundations. So see this, what Python I'm teaching of high level, because we will not be able to complete it within live course, within this live YouTube session, because it will, this Python alone will take you 1 month of time. We don't have 1 month of time here to learn till the LLM part, right? Then we have advanced Python, then we have NumPy, and everything is in very, very, very detail. You can see this is data analysis with pandas. We are going to do data analysis, data visualization. We are going to learn database also. We are going to build applications using Streamlit. We are going to learn the statistics from the very base to the very advanced part of it as well. We are going to learn the machine learning. We are going to do some EDA. If you got a lot of you will not know EDA for now, but later once you understand all of this, it will be very easy. Machine learning you are going to learn, but all the way, if you check now, here at the end we have total of 27 modules in this course. So this is not a short course. And the final thing is multi-agent system for research automation you guys will be building. All right. So this is krishnaik.in. You guys can check it. And here you will be able to find this ultimate data science. And once you join in, you guys will be able to see everything. Your community course, there are a lot of people who have already joined. You can see all of these messages here. This community is already created for ultimate data science people. And just like that, we have all of this courses running in parallel. And here, none of those courses are for just it. We will teach you beginner. No, our main target is, even if you're beginner, we will teach you from beginner to the very advanced, and you guys will be able to see that you will have a separate community, you will have a separate dashboard, workshop, courses recording will be available. And whoever joined this particular batch 2.0 live session, they will also get the version version 1.0 recording available to them. All right, so you guys can, if you want to do the fast track, you guys will be able to do it. So guys, trust me, this is the most detailed as well as what I will say, the quality learning you will be able to get anywhere. I trust means anywhere means anywhere. Okay, you guys can check also the feedback, which you can check on Krish's LinkedIn account as well. So this is about level 4. So whoever is interested for level 4, they should head here. All right, is everyone clear about this? Level 4 is not the target of this series. Level 4 is something which we all wish to head. We all wish to learn. All right. And this is what you guys should follow. So now I will talk about the next part. How many of you know what actually is a LLM? How many of you know what actually is LLM? Tell me. What is an LLM? Any one of you knows what is an LLM? Tell me, waiting for your answer. In the meantime, I just need LLM. Where can we get session 1 and 2, guys? All the sessions and everything is available. Okay. LLM is a large language model. Yes, that is the full form. But I will give you more clarity, because today we are going to jump into that. So let me write LLM. Okay, before LLM, tell me in 2-3 words, what is a Python? Tell me 2-3 words, what exactly is Python? What is a Python? What we should, how much we should worry about Python in 2026? Yes, we should worry about it. For now, we should consider Python as a programming language. Correct. we should consider Python as a programming language. All right, programming language. And if I talk about LLM, the full form is large language models. Large language model is a subset of, you can see generative AI. So large language model derives from generative AI. Okay. In generative AI part of it, we create model which are very, very, very large in nature. And if you don't know what is a model, of course, a lot of not know what is a model. A model is nothing but, if I talk about model, a model is nothing but a mathematical, you can say language. No, it is not a mathematical language. Python is easy to use, high level programming language. Yes, we can say a mathematical model of knowledge. I'm talking about in terms of very simple language. Let's suppose knowledge means you know all the physics. Physics is our knowledge base. If I convert all the physics into an understanding which computers understand, that is, convert things into a number, into an understanding, convert physics. Okay, physics I'm talking about in terms of subject physics, science. All right, if I want to convert physics into a numerical way which our computer understands, that we will call it as a mathematical model of physics. Is everyone clear? Guys, it is not a black box. We should not consider it as a black box. How and where it is stored is a black box. But is everyone clear what is a mathematical model? Mathematical model of a physics means physics that is converted to numbers because computer understand numbers, and those numbers is computers are able to understand from those numbers. So those numbers are not just random, they do mean something which computers can understand. Is everyone clear what is a mathematical model of knowledge? Guys, are we clear? Clear? Tell me yes or no. Is everyone sleeping? Yeah, okay, great. Someone said yes, so I'm moving forward. So here we can see there is one more thing attached to it, a mathematical model, that is large language. So these are special models which are large in nature, which is of huge in size, and language, it means it understands language as well. So these are big models which understands language, and language means not just, I'm not talking about the native language which you speak or the language of a particular country. No, language here means whatever humans speak. I'm talking about in terms of human speak. So this also includes any knowledge that is written and is present in a text. So text is nothing but a form of language. It can be English, it can be Hindi, it can be French, it can be anything, right? But if I have all the text in the world, if I collect all the data, all the text data from the internet is very, very, very huge. That whole data with itself will become very, very, very big. I'm saying big 3 times. So if my model, my mathematical model has an understanding of a very, very, very large data or a data set, those kind of models we call it as large language model. Is everyone clear? What exactly is a LLM? A mathematical model of a very, very, very large data. That itself is called as LLM. So if we are able to create a mathematical model of a very large data set, it means now I'm going to write what exactly LLMs do now. We are able to create LLMs. What now? What exactly we will do with those, where it is used? Well, LLMs, because they have vast amount of data in it, they can read your instructions. If I talk about your calculator, does your calculator has the ability to understand you? Does your calculator has an ability to understand you? How many of you think that your calculator can understand you? What you are saying, what you want to do? No. Calculator has tasked those calculation to the calculator, and calculator provides you with the response, whatever is the output. Calculator is intelligent? No. Calculator cannot read your instructions. But calculator is also a code calculator. We also build from coding. So this coding is separate from the coding which we use to create large language model. This maths is different from the maths present in calculation. All right. So to learn all of that, we need to go all the way till level 3, level 4, and somewhat level 2 as well. Level 2 is where it all started. All right. So LLMs can read your instruction. If you pass something in Gemini that I want to write a leave application, does ChatGPT and Gemini is able to understand your instruction? Yes. They read your instruction and they provide the output what you want. It means they also have a capability to generate text as well as content. Hello, hi from Iran. Someone said hello. Thanks for joining. Next, LLM can read your instruction. LLM can generate text content. Now it can also generate image as well as videos. This is, I'm talking about in 2025. LLM can write and let's say LLM can write and improve your code as well. This is where we are interested in. We as a developer, we want a companion which can write us code. All we will do is provide with the best instruction possible. The code which LLM provides, we are going to debug it, we are going to fix it, we are going to run it, but we will not waste time 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months to create a base code. We can ask this mathematical models to create the base code for us so that we can start applying our knowledge on top of it. This is how we are going to use it in 2026. But here what we're talking about, what LLMs can do. LLMs can follow rules as well. LLMs can follow rules as well. LLM can convert formulas. LLM can translate. LLM can fix grammar. LLM can analyze your data as well. So what we got by creating a mathematical model from all the data in the world, we got a very, very intelligent system which can do all of this. Is everyone able to understand LLMs? Guys, is everyone able to understand LLMs? Great, great. Is everyone enjoying today's session? Are you learning something, guys? Are we learning? Great. So we as a developer are going to use Python, are going to use our Python skill plus LLM's knowledge to do 10x faster development. 10x faster development. Okay. So even beginners, are capable as seniors now, but with guidance. You cannot surpass the seniors until unless you have that knowledge. But in terms of writing code and somewhat more guidance, even someone who's starting as an intern or someone who's starting as a fresher can now write code as a senior person. All right. So what we need to do, what is our target? What should be our target? As I mentioned, our target is to think like an engineer, to think like an engineer, not a coder. So all the coders who thinks like a coder are going to be replaced in future, but all the coders who thinks like an engineer is going to retain their position in future. So is everyone clear? What do we mean by Python plus LLM? Is everyone clear what do we mean by Python plus LLM? So whatever things we are able to complete, I'm going to mark it. Okay. All right. Done. Guys, RAG is LLMs also have some disadvantages, and those disadvantages we can solve with RAG. But today we are not going to talk system. Hello guys, hello. All right. So now that we are done with that, now I want to talk about prompt engineering. Okay. Now tell me, suppose you're asking me a doubt. Tell me which one is better. Which one is better to ask me? All right. Sir, I have a doubt. Second question is, sir, I have a doubt in LLM and how exactly we can create one. Which one do you think is better to ask? Which one do you think is vague? Which one do you think is detailed? One or two? Tell me, everyone. If you guys are also interact in the chat, it will also help me to teach you better. All right. Which one is better? One or two? Tell me why. Because two contains more details. So similarly, prompt engineering is a way to ask LLM in a way that we can get the maximum advantage from. Okay, we can get maximum advantage from. All right. So that is prompt engineering, a way to communicate with a LLM as a developer to get the best possible results from it. So instead of asking some kind of a vague question, we will use the full potential of LLM using techniques present here. And then using techniques, using those similar instructions, we are going to create our small mini project today, which is not going to take it. Yes, because it contains more details. All right, because it contains more details. So the better, it's not always about detail. Suppose I have 200 lines of detail. There are some disadvantages of LLMs, which you will understand once you know how to create them, how to read them. But for now, our task is how to communicate with LLMs better. Okay. So what we need to do our target is going to be specific. Okay, be specific. One thing before prompt engineering is that I wanted to give you a mindset of a developer. When we talk about leave application, when we ask leave application to Google Gemini, as well as Chat GPT. There are others, but I'm just giving you this example. The output it provides, the leave application that we got from all of this, do we need to change something or it comes out to be perfect? Can you copy and paste? Can you copy and paste as it is, or you need to make some changes? Can you copy and paste, or you need to make some changes in the final output of that leave application? Tell me. We need to change few things present here. So when I talk about an application, when I talk about a calculator, I write 2 plus 2 as an instruction. Does calculator outputs the final thing which I can copy and paste, or does it output something like, hey, this is your answer. This is your answer or answer. Option 1 on 2. which one is more frustrating if you get an output? One or two? Which one is more frustrating for a task of a calculator? Tell me, which output will be more frustrating if we see that as an output from calculator? Yes, correct one. Because what we expect from a calculator is the final answer. We don't want any unnecessary information there. We just want to do 2 plus 2, and then what we get is a answer. All right. We want option 2 as the answer. So that's what happened in programming as well. In programming, suppose we are creating a task. Okay, we are creating our task. We want to create a task, and if you guys don't know, in day 2, I just want to show you that you guys can revise the same thing later. Okay, in day 2 I talked about this action. Okay, I talked about this action. You can say it is an action or task. So that particular thing I am talking about. Let's suppose using programming you want to create some task or some, both of them are correct. Some task or some action you want to create using your program. In programming, you provide a specific input. It should be a specific input, and you also expect a specific output. All right. You also expect a specific output. And using LLM, if you use a LLM does not give you a specific output. It gives you something like this. So let me show you. Let's check an example if it is present here. Then I will show you the same thing. Just give me a second, okay? Let me load that. All right, I think I have it here. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my Google Gemini. Yes. So see this, what I'm trying to do here. I will ask, and let me zoom in. I will ask an LLM, do 2 plus 130. Okay. And tell me the answer. You can see it is giving us this unnecessary thing, but the output is 132, which is correct. But here, as I mentioned, in programming, we want to get an output which is suitable for other system. I want to create system by system. System 1, the output of system 1 will go to system 2. Output of system 2 will go to system 3. Output of system 3 will go to system 4. And to create such kind of a system, I need exact output instead of what humans read and write. We want a programmatical way. So if I talk about 2 plus 2, the answer should be 4. If I talk about, let's say, what is the weather today? What is the weather today? It should either give me it is sunny. Very, very specific answer. So only when we have a very specific answer, then only we can pass this answer to other system in programming. You will understand why this particular method will not work later. But for now, all you need to understand is we need a specific answer. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear? And for people who have attended day 2, we want an answer. We want our input to be stored in a variable, and we also want our output to be compatible to be stored in a variable. If we can create that specific answer, then we can create better systems from it. All right, better systems from it. All right. So using prompt engineering, see this. Where is our solution? Yeah, here. Now see this, what I'm going to do. I'm going to provide a better instruction. You are an calculator. You are a calculator. And your task is to just provide only the answer and nothing else. Now I will say do 2 plus 130. Are we getting the correct answer now? Are we getting the answer like a calculator? Tell me. Yes, no. For people who have watched day 2, will we be able to store 132 into a variable as I told you? In day 2, I told you that variables can be stored, that variables are of different types. Some store text, some stores numbers. Let's see where are those. Yeah, I told you that variables, some of them store text, some of them store numbers. These are numbers. So if I do a calculation, I want it to be stored in a text. If I'm doing calculation, I want it to be stored in a number. If I'm doing some kind of a paragraph or something, I want it to be stored in a string. So that is the basic foundation which you need to get clarity later. But we want a better way to communicate with the LLM. Chat, this Google Gemini is nothing but LLM, and that's what we are going to learn now. All right, that is prompt engineering. So just I'm going to do the basic prompt engineering. I can teach you for 4 or 5 hours as well, but we don't have 4 or 5 hours. All right, so we are just going to learn. How can you watch missed classes, guys? You guys can check Krish's playlist, and there you will find all of this video. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and the series name is Python with Vibe Coding in 2026. All right, so let's learn the prompt engineering here. Okay, guidelines. I'm just giving you guidelines so you can communicate better, just like I did. Prompt engineering guidelines. And then we will do a very mini project. I've already created the project. You guys don't need to understand the coding. I will help you understand all of that. And then we will see an awesome thing at the end. All right. So give me a second. Guys, are you learning? Are you enjoying today's session? How many of you are learning even without knowing a single piece of code? At least if you're able to understand 50% of the class, it is more than enough, guys. Okay, it is more than enough. All right, say this. Now let me write techniques. Techniques of prompt engineering. So there are, on a high level, there are few techniques. I'm going to only mention 3 of those. All right, first technique is called as zero shot prompting. Okay, prompt is nothing but instruction which we are sending to LLM. So we already know what is prompt. We will learn what is zero shot. Don't worry, the name might be scary, but it is very, very, very simple. Just a technical name. Then the next one is one shot, not one hot. It is one shot prompting. And the next one is few shot prompting. Okay, few shot prompting. All right. And these two techniques within prompting also, within each prompting, we have different methods. But what we are going to focus on, let me write that as well. Okay. Now I will talk about prompting. Then we'll explain each of them. Don't worry. Let's pick this color. This looks fun. Okay. So prompting itself, that is the way you ask LLM, are of two different parts. One is called as structured prompts, which we are not going to touch in this class. Okay. What we are interested is in unstructured unstructured prompts. So see this, prompt itself has two different types, and each of these types have different techniques by which we write prompt. And don't worry, it is not going to get complicated. So what we are focusing on is this one. This is what we are going to do. So this is nothing but, let me write, this is nothing but your natural free form. Okay, let me write it clearly, because natural free form conversation input. All right, conversation input. Now let's get to what exactly all of this, guys. COT, one shot prompt, few shot prompting, zero shot prompting. I'm talking about the high level, guys. We are not going depth in any of these places. Now tell me, does this feel like a natural free from prompting? Do you feel like, as human beings, this is natural to us? This is our natural way to communicate? Yes. This particular way of prompting itself is called as unstructured prompt. All right. This is what we are going to focus on. So our focus is already on one unstructured prompt. Are we clear? Are we clear? So let me write unstructured prompt. I'm just going to copy and paste the same thing here, because this is what we do. There is no structure to it. This is how we are used to communicate. All right. So yes, this is the example of that. Example. All right. So this is what we are going to focus. Now I will talk about these three different techniques, and one by one I will cover it. It will not take long. Zero shot. Very simple. Zero shot. And yeah, in zero shot, we provide direct instruction or question. That's all. We only provide direct instruction or question. So tell me, this prompt is what? How many of you are able to guess it? Here we only provided the direct instruction or question. That's all. This is our instruction. This is our question. You can either have instruction plus question, or just instruction or just question. But the direct way is nothing but your zero shot. So what are exactly the other parts? The other parts, if I talk about one shot, in one shot, we provide one single example of the desired output format. So here in this particular prompt, if I write something like this, okay, this is the prompt which we did originally. But if I copy and paste this prompt, and if I talk about examples, if I write some examples here, example 1, if I do 2 plus 2, all right, output I want is 4. Now if I do 2 plus 200, the output I want is 202. All right. So if I only provide one example, this I will call it as one shot prompt technique. Are we clear? Let's do this and see the answer. Is it working? It is helping the LLM what exactly the input is going to be and how we are expecting the output from the LLM. So we are helping LLM to provide us the output in which we want. All right. Similarly, if I provide multiple examples, in this particular scenario, LLM is very intelligent to do all of this. So it is not facing any issue. We don't require more examples. But if we provide more examples, this one will call it as few shot prompting. Here we helped LLM with more examples. So the more complex the task become, if you provide more examples, LLM will be able to understand it better. This time the task is very simple for an LLM, but when the task is very complex, then you need to provide as much example as possible to help LLM. So is everyone clear what is one shot, what is few shot? If your output from LLM is not working perfectly, try to have as more example as possible. So here we provide small number, I will write typically 2 to 5 of example. Okay, 2 to 5 of example to demonstrate the desired pattern. Are we clear? Very simple. Guys, is this simple? Now I'm going to give you a shortcut to a blueprint to write a better prompt. Is everyone clear? Now I'm going to give you blueprint which you guys can use anywhere you guys can reuse. Okay, so prompt blueprint. Just like we all know a blueprint of leave application, we should have our name at the top, then the description of it, whom we are sending to, and then close that application. We have a blueprint of it. So now I'm going to give you a prompt blueprint for developers. Otherwise, if you're not a developer, you are not working on a very complex use case, you are fine with this kind of a technique. Okay, but if you want better results, you want to give you few things here. Okay, so for prompt blueprint, you guys need to provide role to your LLM. You need to provide a role to your LLM that you are a calculator, you are a chef, you are a data analyst, you are a data scientist, you are a creator. You need to provide role to your LLM with task. That you are a chef is to do XYZ thing. That is the first thing that you need to provide in the prompt to help LLM behave in a certain way. All right. Then you will provide the domain. Okay. And we will use this domain to narrow down on our task specifically. That is, you are a chef and your task is to create such dish, and let's say particularly for French dish. So French, it's not a domain, but you're targeting or asking it to be very specific. And the more specific you can be, the better your answers are going to be. And then you will define that what is your goal or the final task. And here you will write it more clearly. Don't worry, I'm going to give you that paragraph kind of a thing. All right. Mention that what kind of input LLM is expecting. Is everyone clear? What kind of input you are going to pass to the LLM. All right. And then you can pass few examples based on 0 shot, 1 shot, few shot, whatever you want to provide, you will do the example. Also, you can, if there are certain categories you don't want to target, but your LLM targets it, then you can also mention something like exclude. Exclude, you will write which of this X, Y, Z things you want to exclude so that your LLM will not target. This is something called as optional. I know it is becoming a little complex, but once you will see a prompt, you will see the output, you will understand that, wow, LLMs can do all of this, right? Once everything is done, then you will ask LLM how you want output. You as a Python developer, either you want output in integer, you want output in a float, you want output in a text. And because I have not taught you Python, in Python, we have more data types like list, like dictionary, like tuple. These are more advanced type of variables. Containers. These are basic types which I've covered in day 2. Basic type of variable. And what is a variable? Variable is nothing but a container to hold something. If you want to hold more complex things, we will use list, dictionary, or tuple. So in the output, we want to specifically mention to LLM that we want our output to be a Python tuple. We want our output to be a Python number. We want our output to be a Python string. We want to specifically mention that so we can use it in other system. Is everyone clear with the very high level blueprint? Yes. Yes. In this sequence, you need to follow all of this. All right. I will show you example, and from that example, don't worry, it is very awesome example. That is what we are going to build. So now we have also covered the prompt technique on a very high level overview. All right. So let me mark that as green. And then we are jumping to the final part of today's lecture using, we are going to use LLM in a mini project, and then we are going to see some awesome results from it. All right, awesome results. Okay, first let me talk about the problem statement, then we will solve it. It is very less line of code because LLMs exist. All right, because LLMs exist. So where we are in mini project. We are in mini project. Okay, I'm giving you problem statement. Everything starts with a problem statement. I'm giving you a problem statement. Let's suppose we're talking about kitchen. This problem statement is related to kitchen and cooking. Okay, problem statement is from cooking domain. And here, let's suppose you want to cook a Indian dish. You want to cook a Indian dish, and specifically what you also want is you don't have all the ingredients and you don't want to buy any. So you have X, Y, Z ingredients. You want to cook an Indian dish, but now your brain is not working. You don't want to think about what dish I can make, or maybe there are a lot of dishes which you don't know how to cook and how you can cook with only 3 ingredients. So what you will ask, you will send this information to an LLM, and you will ask LLM a structured output, just like I mentioned here. You will ask LLM how much time it is going to take to cook this dish, what is the dish name, what are the ingredients and in the quantity. Ingredients you already mentioned, and what is the instruction to cook it. What is the instruction to cook it? Only from a single prompt. Only from a single prompt, and the output which you will see will be very, very, very structured. So our problem statement is, because a lot of the time we get frustrated, we don't know what dish to cook. It with any of the different cooking styles, right? If I want to use French cooking method, if I want to use different anything, and based on the ingredients, it will provide us all of those things. Is it useful, guys? Is this useful? Do you think this is useful for us? Yes, this is very, very, very useful. And because we have LLMs available to us, if LLM does not exist, we need to write. If LLM does not exist, in alternative, we need to write thousands line of code along with database, along with machine learning, along with Python, to create a solution which can be very, very, very basic and can tackle some of those cases, but not all. But LLM can tackle all the cases exist in the world. All right, at least I'm talking about here. So this is the alternate way which you guys can target. So that's why a lot of the companies now want to use LLM, because LLM reduces, let's suppose this one is going to take 3 months of our time. This one is going to take 3 months of our time to create a solution for this one. But once we have LLM, this is going to take us 1 or 2 hours of the development to create a solution. Which one is better? Which one is better? Tell me. Which one do you think is better? Option number 1, option number 1 or option number 2? Tell me, which one is better? One, using LLM. Okay. So LLM also introduces, reduces the complexity from a lot of things. And that's what we are going to do. All right. That's what we are going to do. So let's start using it. And in the previous class, I showed you one thing, that is, let me bring that up here. That is, I am using Google AI API key, and we'll talk about the code, what we are doing, and then you guys will be able to understand it. Okay. So here, this is my aistudio.google.com. You guys can sign up here and you will see this particular page. Okay. These are the codes that are available already here. I'm using the same code, but the way we are writing the prompt is very, very, very different and very standard. And what we need is, from this particular page, we want this API key present here. See this, I'm again showing you. This is the main page. Here we can see view API keys. If we click on here, we just need to copy the API key. You all will be able to see my API key, but after today's class, I'm going to delete my key, because if others will use it unnecessary, I am going to have errors. All right. So don't try to use my API key, which you are going to see. I'm not going to have it in a secret key, but otherwise people will not be able to understand it. All right. Is everyone ready? Guys, within less than 20 lines of code, we will be able to complete it only because of using LLM. Are we clear? Can I start the class now? The final part. The final part. Great. All right. So I am going to copy this API key and then minimize. Then we will go to our VS Code. I already told you how to create VENV. We have done this in day 2. How to install UV, how to install Python. I have done it before. Okay. And what we also need to do here is that we need to install Google Gen AI here. All right. And to do the installation, here I mentioned some of the code. How does it provide a solution? It is searching something similar to Googling. No, it has that solution inside it. And if there is no knowledge exists, LLMs can hallucinate and give you the solution. But there comes the RAG part of it. But LLMs will be able to think all of this through. Don't worry. It will be able to provide some solution. If not, we can provide some alternate way that I don't have a solution and to tackle it differently. But for now, we are not focusing on that. Okay. So in the instruction.txt, I have mentioned first we will pin the UV Python 3.12. Everyone knows it. Everyone who attended before. Then we will create a virtual environment. Then we will create a file. Everyone, we will create a file called as requirement.txt in our current folder. And we will just write Google-Gen AI. This is the library. And what exactly is the library? I told you in day 2. So this is the library name we will just mention. We will write this name, same exact name in requirement.txt and close it. Once we are done, we will run this command here and we will run it in our terminal in command prompt. See this, uv pip install -r requirement.txt. I copied this command. I am pasting it. Once I do it, you can see because the installation is already done, this is already installed in our system. This is the basic thing that we have to do. If you are doing it side by side, if you're getting error, fix that later. But if you are someone who is not doing the coding side by side, just look at the screen. You will be able to understand it. Okay. I will talk in terms of high level, just like I did before. So now we will create, I will share this notebook as well, or you guys can create the same exact notebook and write those code line by line. All right. So here what I'm doing, from Google import Gen AI. So what we are doing, guys, now we are bringing that skilled labor in our Python Jupyter notebook. I told you in day 2, what we are doing, this line means we are bringing a skilled labor in our system. Okay. So let me write in the comments. I know this is not a good way, but for people, for beginners without coding knowledge, this is how you should know. We are bringing skilled labor in our notebook. Okay. And once we run it, GenAI skilled labor as well as JSON. We are bringing two skilled labor. All of them are responsible for doing certain kind of a task. Done. Let me run it. Skilled labor is now present in our system. Here what we are doing, let me write it. This is the API key which I copied, guys. This is the same API key which I copied from here. Where is that? Lost it? Maybe I did. Okay, I think I closed it. Okay, here. When you copy this API key, all you need to do is copy and paste it here. It will look like this in your system. You only need to do that. That's all. So here what we are doing, think of this as giving credit card to your skilled labor. Okay. If your credit card is empty, will you be able to buy resources? Tell me, if your credit card is empty, will you be able to buy resources? No. Only when our credit card has some credit or something, we will buy resources. So think of this as our credit card. We are giving credit card to our GenAI. GenAI was what? GenAI was our skilled labor. So we are giving credit card to our skilled labor. Done. This skilled labor, this is our skilled labor with credit card. Okay, see this. This client is our skilled labor with credit card. Client, skilled labor with credit card. I'm just writing it so you guys can refer it later. So this client is nothing but a skilled labor with our credit card information. Then here what we are doing, this is skilled labor, this client. We already know what is a client. Client is skilled labor with credit card. Here, skilled labor is selecting LLM to use and asking question. So this is the LLM this skilled labor wants to use along with the question. This is the question that we have. So skilled labor wants to generate the answer from the LLM, this particular LLM, and this is your question. Here you can write whatever questions you write within this double inverted comma. In between, you can write whatever question you want. Here I'm writing explain how AI works in a few words. So this is our skilled labor. Skilled labor is passing to LLM. LLM will provide the output. So in response, we have output. So let's run it. The skilled labor is asking the LLM. LLM is sending the output. I think we are getting the same error which we are getting, because you can see, because this is a free LLM from the Google, we are getting that the model is overloaded. Please try again later. Maybe if we try again now, it will provide the answer. Don't worry about all of these errors. Error always tells you what to do. See this. Let's see. Because the model is overloaded, lot of people are using. That's why we are not able to. Okay, this one working. No error means it's working. Now I will just print. I want to see what the output is. So output dot text. I already told you classes, objects. So this is the main class. This is, we are targeting the, just like the house, door or window, house and its function. House is response, function is text. We want to see the text of the house. If I run it, are we able to see the answer? In very short, we are able to see the answer, that the answer of explain how AI works in few words. It learns patterns from data to make a smart decision. This is the answer which our Gemini 2.5 Flash returned. Is everyone able to understand? I'm not asking you to understand the code. Is everyone able to understand the flow? Here, this one means looking at the answer LLM provided to skilled labor. Great. Now that this is done, this is the introduction of how to communicate with LLM. Now we will jump to the small mini project, and you can see this is the instruction I have written. So let's read this instruction and understand what exactly is written here. All right, everyone, please keep your focus here. So see this. This is a different way. Once you understand prompt engineering better, once you understand Python better, you will be able to understand what is this 3 double quotes. But for now, forget everything. Just see on a high level what exactly is written. All right, this is our main task. So here we are asking that you are an expert chef, and if you check our blueprint to create a prompt, this is what we were doing. Roll to LLM with task, then domain, goal, input, example, what we need to exclude, what we need to output. In a similar fashion, we have written some instructions. We are saying that you are an expert chef tasked with reducing food waste, specifically focused on meal planning. We have given a task and a role to our LLM. Now let's talk about task. Your goal is to generate an ideal recipe based on available ingredients and a specific cuisine style. We have given it a task, a final goal. Now what we are doing, we are giving them more instruction. Examine the following user inventory and cuisine preference and determine the best possible recipe that utilizes the inventory efficiently. So we are asking LLM to look from its own knowledge to find the best possible recipe that utilize the inventory efficiently. Here we are providing some of the rules to do. Just like a to do, we are providing some rules to it. All right. So here we are saying in the rules section, you must prioritize the ingredient provided in the inventory. Prioritize only the ingredient we provided. You may assume the user has basic pantry staples, just like salt, pepper, oil. Even if it is not a part of ingredient, you should assume that these are the basic things that is available to the user, to the customer who is using it. All right. The recipe must strictly adhere to the requested cuisine types. If Indian, use Indian spices and methods. We are providing very specific instruction. Do not go to other cuisine. Next is provide clear step-by-step cooking instruction. Once it is done, we are again giving it more specific things, that please focus on extracting the following details. Extract what is the recipe name, extract list of ingredient with quantities, step-by-step instruction, but cooking time. But here we have not provided the output structure. We have provided that this is what we want. But until and unless we provide the exact output we require, it will provide in terms of a text which we cannot use it, right? We want it to be compatible in one of this data structure, end, float, text, list, dict, tuple. But because we have multiples, we will define the output. And don't worry, once you learn Python, once you learn prompt engineering and LLMs, this will be easier for you. Here we are talking about prioritize creating a cohesive, tasty dish over using every single random ingredient. Do not alter, rephrase the user inventory items into the things that doesn't list. So do not add any more ingredient that user does not have, but unless they are basic staples. Here, as I mentioned, here I'm writing what things we need to exclude. Again, if I show you the blueprint, we have some things of exclude as well. So exclude ingredient that are rare or highly specific if they are not in inventory. Exclude extremely complex professional cooking techniques. Keep it home cook friendly. Very, very simple, right? A good thing to exclude. So before writing a prompt, if you make it more detailed, if you can think of all the things beforehand, your LLM will provide you very amazing output. Next is the output, how we want output. If you're not able to understand all of this, this is nothing but how we write things in Python. This is how we want output as JSON. JSON is another type of a variable. Okay. For now, I'm calling it as a variable. And we want output like this. It should have recipe name, ingredient, instruction, prep time, cuisine type. This is the output we should be getting. And here we will provide our input data. So using Python, we will override this. In our inventory, we will override with what ingredients we have. In our cuisine preference, we will override this particular statement with the cuisine to our liking. All right. This is what we will change with Python, not with here. We are not changing anything with Python. See this. Here we cannot change anything with Python, but because we have a control of code, we can change these things with Python. I will talk about it. How to replace this value to our ingredients present here. How to replace this cuisine with our cuisine present here. All right. So now let's do it. So this is our prompt. Is everyone clear with our prompt? Guys, is everyone clear with our prompt? Do you think the prompt looks amazing? Yes? Do you think the prompt look amazing? Tell me. Looking for your answers. What do you think about it? Or are you just here to listen? Provide your feedback, guys. Yes? Great. So here in a variable, see this. It's a variable where we have written, text, the ingredients. I have paneer, I have onions, tomatoes, yogurt, garlic, and ginger. And the desired cuisine is I want it to be Indian. What I will do, you can see the variable name is recipe prompt template. This is the variable name. And what we want to replace, inventory and cuisine with my inventory and desired cuisine. This is what we want to replace with. So in recipe, we want to replace the inventory. We want to replace this inventory. Yeah, guys, this is the zero shot prompt. Correct. So in the recipe prompt, we want to replace the inventory with my inventory. We want to replace the cuisine with desired cuisine. You can see inventory we are replacing with my inventory, cuisine we are replacing with desired cuisine, and this will create the final prompt which we will then send to our skilled labor. A skilled labor that has credit card information and knows which model to call and which is our content. Our content is nothing but our prompt which has these updated values. All right, just try to understand on a high level overview. Everything is very simple. This is our client, same thing which we did before, but instead of asking a question, we are passing a variable which contains the question. Previously we were passing the question directly, but now instead of passing the question, we are passing a variable which contains the question. This builds the question at the end. So now if I run this, see this, if I run this, it will take some time. Again, we are getting this error because the model is overloaded. Please try again later. Because it's a free one, we need to try it multiple times. If you pay for it, Google does not have any issue. So I think we will try after 1 or 2 minutes because this is the best model which we can get. Hopefully it should work this time. Let's all pray for this. I think it is working. Okay, yes, it worked. In a third trial, it worked because of the free tier. Then response.text, if you see this time, it is not simple. Previously, the response.text is directly a text. We are easily able to read it. But now the output looks very weird. You can see it has written JSON /n/and recipe name. It does returns lot of things. Why it returned the way? Because we told it to return in this way. So now what we will do, we need to use our Python skill to clean the response. This is the response. And this is the task function I created to clean it. Don't worry about the function. So this function, let me just write it. What is the use of this function? Just like I did before. This function will clean the response from the LLM. All right. I have told you how to look at all of this Python things here in day 2. Not on coding level, but only on understanding level. See this, I will tell you. So here, if we check action, function is nothing but action that does something. Let's suppose we have cement and wood, which are variable. To do some action on cement and wood, for cement, if you want to do some kind of action, we can mix it. In wood, if you want to perform some action, we can cut the wood. So on raw materials, we provide some action and do something with it. All right. Similarly, this is an action which takes the response from the LLM and does something. That's all we need to do. Okay. Takes response from LLM and does something. Tell me what it does. I have already written the answer here. It is taking the response and does something. Tell me what it is doing. Tell me what it is doing. Don't look at the code. I have written the answers here. Tell me what this particular function is doing. What it is doing. I'm expecting your answer in the chat. I have written it. Correct. Somen Ghosh, you are correct. Others, Tell me the answer. Don't look at the code. I told you. You will learn the coding when you will learn the Python. But don't worry about that now. I am helping you understand what we are doing. Okay, so this is what Suman Ghosh has mentioned. See this. Let me pin. Correct. Deviti is also mentioned. Format response cleaning. Okay, I don't have to pin it. People are able to understand. That does something here for this particular function is clean the response from the LLM. The answer is already present here. Clean the response. So this function will does something. All right. So let's run it. Currently, this is just an action. In action, we need to pass the variable. We are not passing it. This is just an action we have created. Now there is another action. This action does what? This action takes the response from the LLM, use another action. I will write the action name, use another action called as clean text to clean the response from the LLM and format the response and format the clean response to show in notebook. See this. Now this particular action is an example of, tell me, whoever has attended the day 2, this particular action, as I mentioned, is using clean text. Is everyone able to see? Clean text was the action we have written here. So this is already an action which is using another action inside it. And if you check in day 2, this is an example of only action. If we go a little bit below, we will see combine block. Here we create bigger action from multiple action. For an example, our action is to build a wall. This is a single action. Here what we do? In a single action, we will lay the brick, cement, plus check the alignment. This is an action of building a wall. But if I want to build a room, it means I need to build a wall. And how do we build a wall? We build a wall using build wall action, which is another action. We build the floor, which is again build kind of a wall. So if a single action is made up of multiple actions, we call that as an action, but a bigger function, a bigger action or a large action. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear? Guys, I have action number 1. See this. I have action number 1. I have action number 2. Action number 2 does something, but it uses action number 1 internally in between. So this makes it as a large function or a bigger action. So we don't have to use this separately. We can use it in some other function. All right. This is what we are doing. So the final answer is taking the response. This response, we are cleaning it. And then after cleaning, we are getting what? See this. After cleaning, we are getting what? Recipe name, ingredients, instruction, prep time. Preparation time, instructions, ingredients, and recipe. Here what I'm doing, how many of you know this? I have told you in the previous class. Because the recipe is going to have multiple ingredients. If something has multiple ingredients, instead of printing things one by one, we are printing in a for loop. So for loop will print until all the ingredients are completed. On a high level overview, I told you about for loop before. Again, I'm going back and forth on the documentation we are creating. But yes, this tells us that we are completing things. All right. Iterating through the ingredient, correct. So if I talk about the for loop, see this. If I have a task where I'm repeating something, see this. If I have multiple ingredients, ingredient 1, ingredient 2, ingredient 3, instead of writing it one by one, we will pass all the ingredients in a for loop and ask for loop to print it one by one. So even if we have thousands of ingredients, For loop will print us 1,000 times for us. How to do that, what is the syntax, how to write in code is something you guys can focus on later. But for now, don't worry about it. I'm just talking about in terms of blocks. Always learn in blocks. All right. This will help you decide whether you guys even like coding or not before even starting the coding part. All right. How this will be used in real-time projects, can you explain one example? I will talk about it. See this. So final answer, we are cleaning it. Then we are iterating over all the ingredients. Then we are also iterating over we are looping over instructions because instruction will also be multiple. So recipe name is going to be only one. No need to provide the loop. Ingredients will have multiple. So we are providing a loop. Instructions we will have multiple. So we have provided the loop. Prep time is only going to be one. So that's why there is only one prep time, only one recipe name, for loop in an ingredient in a for loop, instruction in a for loop. Only four things. Other are just to look pretty. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear? Two variables, three variable, four variable. Other is just to look pretty. All right. So let's run it. This function is created. Now what I will do, see this. Now what I will do, I will call the action. In this action, which is named as final answer, I will pass the response which we got from our LLM. This response I will pass here. And let's see the answer. Are we able to get the correct recipe? Dahi paneer masala, that is nothing but curd. It will take 15 minutes. Ingredient is 250 gram paneer cut into cubes, 2 medium onions finely chopped. All of that. These are the spices, assumed basic spices, cooking and other things. Instructions, heat the oil with the timing, heat all of this. All of this are present. We got this from variables. It means it is a structured output. Once we get this output, we will pass, see this, this is the task of us as a AI engineer. I will go to the bottom because we have all of these instructions. What we will do, we as a AI engineer, see this, we as a AI engineer is going to write code and LLM is going to provide us response. Because we have written a prompt in such a way that the response can be separated into multiple variables compatible for coding. So this is response 1, response 2, response 3, response 4. Once we have this 4 response, this is AI engineer. What we will do, there will be a web developer. Web developer is going to create a website. Web developer is going to create a website. And in that website, web developer is going to use all of these values in a different section. But if the sections does not even exist, web developer cannot use it systematically and it cannot be used. So using an LLM is a different thing, but using LLM with better prompts, that is using prompt engineering, is very important. So AI engineer sits at this part where we require intelligence. Web developer will sit on the other end where they will just use it to integrate on the websites that you and your customers can use. And this is how we create end-to-end. But for the mini project, this is where we sit in. We as data scientists sit in here. Let me choose a different color. All right, this is very weird. Maybe this one is better. Okay, let's keep it as it is. All right. All right. Is everyone able to understand this, guys? Is everyone able to understand this? And see, if you want to create a script, which again I told you in the initial lectures, what you have to do is open Google Gemini. This is called as vibe coding. If you guys want to consider this, the basic level of vibe coding. Okay. What you will write in the instruction that I am providing I am providing code for, let me just check what exactly the project which we are building. So I am providing a project. Let's name it. Let's name something. All right. Okay. Smart recipe builder. Let's call it. I am providing a code for project called as smart recipe builder. This code is working properly. This code is working properly, and this code is working properly. And to make this code into a script, and when I run this script, I want to take input using terminal, and output should also be displayed in the terminal. In the terminal. So now we need to provide all the code, just copy and paste, and Google Gemini is going to create a script for us. So we have done the experimentation. I told you, in a script, we do the experimentation. In a script, we do the final thing. So I'm going to provide all the code, and let's see whether Google Gemini is able to. I'm just going to copy and paste whatever we have here. Okay, copy and paste everything. Let's see if it works or not, because sometimes we do need to make some changes. But for now, we are going vibe. Vibe coding is basically means pass something to LLM, ask LLM to respond as well. So LLM will do that. I do know some mistakes because I've been working with LLM. So LLM does create some mistakes, but we will ask it to create a PY. Okay, this part is done. I did copy and paste everything. Now I will press enter, and to use a better model, you can use Thinking with 3 Pro. This is a better model which is better in coding. So now let's send it and see what is the output that we will get. I'm going to minimize it. It is initiating the script design. It is doing by its own. But see this, we are the ones who created the base code. We don't have to do all the codings. We can just pass it. It will do coding for us. It will design all of those things for us so that we can just use it. All right. So let's wait for it. It will not take long, but this thinking model sometimes becomes slower based on how many people are using them, and also the complexity of the problem which you mentioned. All right. All right. You can see it is giving us instruction, and it is also telling us what should be the file name. File name, we can keep whatever we want, but let's create this file name. We are following the instruction. So here in day 3, we will create this file name called as recipebuilder.py. And let's paste all the code that is present here. Okay, let's paste everything. Copy and paste everything here. We will just look at it if there is any issue. We are not doing anything else. We are just looking at it if it works or not. Everything to me is great. So let's, without even doing anything, let's try to run it. Okay, in the instruction, now I will write to run this code. We need to use this command. UV run Python. Okay, UV run Python, then the name of this file, which Gemini just created, the same exact name, recipebuilder.py. So let's copy this command, paste it here, and let's see okay. Why it is not working? Because currently we have to be inside day 3. So let's go to day 3. Okay, we don't have to go to day 3. Just wait. Day -3 / recipebuilder.py. Okay. Okay. See this API key is empty. It is asking us that API key is not available. So now what we will do, we will go to the script, check where we are using API key. API key. We need to paste our API key, which we mentioned here in notebook. So let's go to the top, copy whatever we have here, the API key only, and paste it here, and then run the code again. We are doing the vibe coding. We are not focusing on when it is working, why it is not working. Let's run it. See, now it is asking us what are the available ingredients that you have. We didn't do any of this coding. We created the base code and asked Gemini, and we are just doing the vibe coding now. So let's suppose I have potato. I have, I'm just separating by comma. Okay. I have potato, and let's also have rosemary, and let's have garlic. Let's have bread. All right. Let's have bread. And this is what I have. And I want to use Italian. The cuisine I want to have is Italian. Let's see what are the instructions we can get from here. So chef is thinking, you can see that resource is exhausted. It means we need to try again. This is the same thing which we were having. So I'm going to copy it and let's try it again because we are working with the free tier. Let's try it again. Just wait, I want to clean the screen. All right. This is the potato, rosemary, garlic bread. Let's try again. Maybe we might get an error again because a lot of people are using it. But let's see. Again, we will see the same thing. Let's try it again. Within 3-4 times, I think it will give us some kind of answer. All right. So let's wait for 1 more minute. But in the meantime, I can check you guys comment. I think it will be available soon. And let's update the instruction.txt that it is day-3/recipebuilder.py. If you run this command, we will be able to run it. But guys, are you able to understand what is the vibe coding? See, there are a lot of things which we have not written here, but AI has written all of those things here as well in a better format, in a way where we can use all of this. All of this output is being provided by AI itself. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, see this again. Resource exhausted. It is taking some time, so maybe we will do it again. As you have seen before, it takes some time. Yes? Okay. Or maybe I can use I already have a different API key, which I can also use. So let me try to use a different API key, which I have. So we can close this part soon. Okay. Just wait a second. Where do we have this API key in my system? I don't have it here. Or we can just keep on trying multiple times. Let's try multiple times. Let's not lose hope in this AI. I think it is done. Okay. Let me go to AI Studio and get new keys. And let me check if I have more keys. Guys, the problem is coming because I'm using free tier. There is no error in our code. Okay. There is no error in our code. The problem is coming because this API key, I'm exhausting the resources. And if you don't want to do that, we have to go and take from a different ID. So let me take from different ID. Let's see if it works or not. So let's quit it and enter. I already have a different API key. Guys, don't use this API key, otherwise it will be exhausted for me. Okay, I have to use this API key again and change it here. Here, let's change it and try if it works or not. All right, let's run our code again. I'm running our code again. All right. Okay, so potatoes, rosemary, garlic, and we also have bread. And let's also have cheese this time. All right. Enter. I want something Italian. Okay, I think everyone is using it, so we might be getting it, but you guys have seen previously that it works and it'll be working, but if we use some kind of a paid resource. All right, maybe we will try it later. But is everyone able to understand this? Everyone? How do they like today's session? Is everyone able to understand the coding part of it, not in terms of depth, but in terms of what exactly is going on and what we should do? Yes. How many of you are able to do that? Guys, tell me. Yeah, I've utilized everything. That's why you can see you exceeded your current quota. Please check your plan and billing details. So I will not be able to use it further. Okay. So you guys can try it later. But for now, we have seen the output, and the output should also look like something that is present here that we just tried before. This kind of output you will also be able to see. So in this particular class, what we are able to do, guys, AI things is expensive. If you want to try it on the free tier. Otherwise, you will be charged a lot. Okay. And I don't want any one of you to use anything other than the free tier ones, which I'm using. Okay. Where is our agenda of today's class? Our agenda is present here. We have done a lot of things today. Yes. We have also seen one mini project, and we have created a smart recipe builder. You guys can create your own code and your API will work directly. Plus, we have used vibe coding. Guys, vibe coding is not a technique. It's a way we do coding. We did coding. We asked Gemini created the file. We just pasted it in a system. All right. And that's all. That's all I wanted to share with all of you in today's session. So let me move it back to my screen and done. So thank you very much, guys. And I hope everyone is enjoying this particular series where we are learning Python, but not just Python. We are learning Python with parallel to LLMs, with parallel to things that we need, with parallel to things that we want to learn. We have to learn in order to achieve to the full depth. Yes. Do we get the code to try it out? Yes, guys, you can get all of this code. Don't worry. In the description, I will in the chat. Okay, in the chat, I will provide my GitHub link after some time. Once the session is ended, I will provide the links. All right, you guys can try all of it. And even if you use my API key, it will not work because it is exhausted. Yes. As we go deeper into the coding, do we need GPU, guys? For the GPU, I would suggest to use Google Colab and any other free alternatives. Don't try to use buy GPU laptop. But if you are someone who wants to do research or create your own models, then GPU laptop is fine. But for more depth, it is not a short discussion. Maybe you guys can check some videos present in Krish YouTube video or some other places. Then in which particular cases you should consider a GPU laptop. All right. So guys, please do write things in the comment whether you like today's session or not, whether you are able to learn something from today's session. Not in live chat. Live chat is also fine, but also try to ping things in the comment section. All right. Thank you for session. Really enjoyed sessions. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pankaj. Can get previous recordings, guys. I will show you previous recording as well. Just give me some time. Okay. Let me check. Let me look at the. Thank you. It was great. That's great, guys. Okay. Guys, let me share this part of the screen and you guys will be able to see as well. So I have just searched learning Python with vibe coding in 2026, and you can see this is where we are day 3. This is where we started day 1, and we also have day 2. So day 0, this day 1 does not have any name to it. That means it is day 1. Then this is day 2. Then this is day 3 of the session, which I am taking currently. So if you want to understand the coding, the problem statement solving part of it, not the coding, try to follow this series. This series is not going to be long. And if you want to learn more, you guys just search for Python playlist. Python playlist, and you can probably see Krish's Python playlist as well. You can see Python playlist. This is from a different Hindi one, but you can search Python playlist Krish Naik, and you guys will be able to see complete Python playlist here as well. All right. Python playlist is also there. There are a lot of things. Complete machine learning playlist is also there. And if you guys want to learn everything that is latest available in the market, then you guys know where to head. You guys just need to search for krishnaik.in and you guys can check. These are all the courses. And if you are interested in my teaching, the way I'm teaching, you like this teaching, you guys can join Ultimate Data Science GenAI Bootcamp. I have already completed a few courses before. You guys can check it. One of them was computer vision. So if you're someone who wants to attend a specialized computer vision, but the course is already completed, we just want to get the recording, you can see this is something which we have already completed before. This bootcamp, there are a lot of things. And for the live ones, whatever course are going online, you can see we have ultimate RAG course that is going on. That is a specialization of RAG. This is generative AI for everyone. This is for someone who is from non-tech, just for professional and leaders who don't want to get into the coding. You guys can check it out. Then this is Data Science and GenAI Bootcamp Master. This is the version 1 of Ultimate Data Science course, which is already going on. And this is the upcoming live sessions. You guys can click on here, starting from Jan 11. And if you click on it, you guys can learn more and do check out the syllabus, enroll now. And for any queries, connect with the sales team. You guys will be able to check from the numbers present here. Just check. Yeah, you guys can see contact via this or send your inquiry via your email address with your message. So you guys can connect via this method as well. All right. So this is it for this class. And I'm really enjoying teaching all of you and bringing all of these amazing sessions, interesting sessions. The main point is never to teach you things and the coding, because anyways, you guys will be doing all of it. But to get clarity into the what path you guys need to walk on, right? And before starting, what exactly you guys need to learn, and you guys can check the series which we are doing. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And I will see you probably in next session. We all will see Krish sir probably in the next session as well. But not committing anything, but we'll see later. I just saw the bootcamp that will be started in 2026. Can I join? Yes. Guys, language will be English. We will be using English across all the courses that we have. At least till now, we are following English, and we'll be starting in 2026. All right. And guys, please do comment in the YouTube comment section, not in the live one, whether you like this session. This will help us reach this message out to everyone out there and will help a lot of individual as well. All right. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. For now, bye-bye, everyone. Good night, good morning, and good evening.